It'll be Bill Tucker of Los Angeles, a 39-year-old married bowler, a veteran of the PBA Tour. He has one championship to his credit, that in San Jose in 1965. Using the pair 61 and 62, here's the first stroke. Well, Bill Tucker, an auspicious way to start, as he leaves the 6, 7, and 10. So, Billy Welu, there must be a way that this can be converted.
And, Chris, there we see the 6, the 7, and the 10. He's got to go to the right of the 6 and slide the 6 over to the 7. Then the ball will take out the 10.
All right, now back live on lane 61. Tucker will attempt just that. Oh, so very close. He left the 7 standing, so that means that he has an open frame in the first.
There you see, he catches too much of the 6 pin. It goes behind the 7.
ABC stop action as we look at Bud Horn, also from Los Angeles. Came up high on the head pin and left the 4. Billy?
As so often happens, Chris, the first shot on television under this much pressure for this much money, the boys have a tendency to be a little slow, and this is only human. They don't want to start too fast and then lose their gait. It's awful easy to lose it when you start out too fast.
28 years old, going for the 4 pin. And a spare for Bud Horn of Los Angeles, a 6-year veteran of the PBA Tour, and he won his first tournament in Dallas, Texas last year, winning $15,255 on the tour. This year he's cashed in 4 of the 7 PBA stops. Going now for his first strike. Left the 4-7, as you see. The Miller High Life Open, live from Wauwatosa.
Chris, here he moves to the right on the approach, angles the ball cross lane.
So the bachelor from Los Angeles, California, gets a rest while Bill Tucker, also a Californian, will try to come back following an open frame in the very first. He's shooting on lane 62. Pocket hit and a strike.
Interesting styles here, Chris. Bill Tucker is more like Jim St. John. He's a finesse bowler, where Bud Horn is of the power era. He has a lot more leverage.
And speaking of Jim St. John, you see him seated there at the right of your screen. He finished 6th in the tournament, and he is the alternate. Let's watch the footwork of Bill Tucker.
Very smooth, Chris.
Little high, leaving the 4-7.
He was looking for the trip 4-7 there, which Pete Tanos did very well this week. Again. Ball's breaking a little sharp for him on lane 61, Chris.
You're looking at the All-Star champion of 1961, Bill Tucker, 4-7. A spare for Bill Tucker in the 3rd frame. And now, Bud Horn, who is marked with 2 spares, shoots in the 3rd. 6 feet 1, 190 pounds. And for Bud Horn, one of the popular guys on the tour, it's his first strike coming in the 3rd frame.
And it gives him a 9-pin lead, Chris. Chance to increase it to 19.
This is the first match live from Wisconsin. The Miller Open. 10,000 the winner. 5 if you finish 2nd. Bud Horn left the 4-7. This is the 3rd time that this has happened on lane 61. And incidentally, speaking of the $10,000, Bill Tucker finished 5th in the tournament, Bud Horn 4th, Bob Knipple 3rd, Dick Weber 2nd, and Dave Davis 1st. This is the first match, and you'll see all of those great bowlers live from Wauwatosa. So it's a spare for Bud Horn of Los Angeles. Bill Tucker trails by 9 pins as he's ready to shoot in the 4th frame of this first match live from Wauwatosa. Leaving the 6-10.
Chris, they had a great battle last night in the position round game between Bill Tucker, Jim Godman, and Jim St. John for this final spot. It went right down to the 10th frame. Bill Tucker needed a mark, and he got it. There you see, to the extreme left, the angle into the 6-10. Very happy with that shot. He laid it a little close, and the ball hooked for him, and he made it on the outside.
Really, it's fellows like Bill Tucker that people come to see, and of course, I'm sure on the home screen you enjoy getting a good look at very pretty Mrs. Bill Tucker from Los Angeles. Everything but the 4-pin on lane 61.
Chrissy's been high 3 consecutive times on lane 61. The pattern here for the entire house has been that the odd lane hooks a little more than the even lane.
Somewhat cross lane, a bit to the right of center, going for the 4-pin. Bill Tucker marking with the spare in the 5th frame. And now Bud Horn working on a spare, shooting in the 5th. He uses about 3/4 of the approach. Maybe more like 7/8. Ooh. And he's left with the 3-10 split. You recall Bill Tucker opened in the 1st frame as a result of the 6-7-10. And now Bud Horn has his first opportunity to convert one, the 3-10.
There you see, to the extreme left on the approach, the angle in between the 6 and the 3 and the 10, trying to hit the 6-pin.
Beautiful job.
There you see, in the triggered position, very low, and this gives him maximum leverage in the release of the ball, full power, and there you see him bending very low, crouched like a tiger.
ABC stop action helps many of you bowlers, I'm sure, as we're back live with Bud Horn. Almost the pocket, leaving the 4-7. Bud's best finish this year was 15th in Toledo last week, where the PBA had another successful tournament, and here in Wauwatosa, the Miller Open has been fantastic. In fact, a record-breaking Pro-Am here in Wauwatosa, Billy.
Right, Chris. We had over 500 entries in the Pro-Am, 503 amateur entries, and it seems like we're breaking a record every week now, Chris. This is really wonderful to see.
Bill Tucker, live, trailing by 8 pins, working on a spare, the 10-pin. When you speak of the Pro-Am, our statistician, 10-time PBA winner Harry Smith and his partner Shorty Sorensen won the Pro-Am, and since little 3-year-old Timmy Smith, Harry's son, is having a birthday today, I believe Shorty, Harry's amateur partner, contributed with a nifty birthday check of a couple of $100.
He really did, and Harry was very happy, and so was Shorty, too.
Sure. Bill Tucker giving us a long look up here, indicating that he is not satisfied with the way he's bowling at the moment. He opened, then a strike, and then 4 spares. Now he is shooting in the 7th. You must win in order to move along in our format. The winner will meet Bob Knipple. The winner of that match will meet Dick Weber. And then the winner of the semifinal will meet the tournament leader. Strike.
Chris, he gave that ball about 2 more boards, arc to the right, and brought him into the pocket perfectly. There you see Bud Horn, 9 pins in the lead.
Working on a spare. Everything but the 4-pin. Next week, it's the Ebonite Open at the Edison Lanes in New Jersey, Billy.
And I've already been informed that we're liable to break the amateur entry again next week, Chris.
This is probably a reflection of the increased interest in bowling among amateurs, among folks like myself, because everywhere we go, people, as a result of this telecast, are starting to bowl. Friends in Detroit and everywhere go out bowling after the telecast. Well, we hope you learned a lot today from...
He went with a little more speed that time.
And, of course, if you lay it down like Bud Horn did, you'll come up with a strike, too. That coming in the 8th frame. Jim St. John, the alternate, is watching Jim St. John, the number 2 money winner, with $15,130. With you, we'll watch Bill Tucker trying to double here. He does.
Real cute little shot, Chris. To keep the ball from hooking, he's staying directly behind it now, getting that straightforward roll. Takes the lead for the first time in the match. Bill Tucker's now leading by 2, and he can increase it to 12.
The ABC doubles champion of 1958, 39-year-old Bill Tucker. Can he make it 3 in a row? Listen to youngsters with the O, leaving the 6-10.
He was very lucky there, Chris. He laid the ball short again. When he made the strike before, he swung the ball beautifully. Laying it short and too direct, the ball went to the nose. He was fortunate it broke enough to the Brooklyn side so he didn't get the split.
He's on the left now, going for the 6-10. And that's the second time today he's had to shoot it. He does it, marking with a spare in the 9th. Now, Bud Horn, shooting in the 9th, working on a strike.
Chris, the match is all even. Bud Horn, a strike up, has a chance to take the lead by 10.
The 4-pin. If he only had the success at tripping 4s, like Billy Welu and Pete Thomas.
Well, Andy Marsich left the tour, so we've got an open field on it now, Chris.
The equivalent for a left-hander would be the 6-pin, right?
That's right. Chris, as we head for the final frame, the match is all even.
The very first match of our live telecast, the 7th stop on the PBA tour, all even, heading for the 10th frame. There you see it, 153 all.
Both have a spare up, so count is the big factor.
Came up very high and left the 3-6-10. Bud Horn of Los Angeles bowling a fellow Californian in Bill Tucker. The winner will then go on to meet Bob Knipple of Long Beach. The winner of the Knipple match will bowl Dick Weber. The winner of the Weber match will bowl the tournament leader for 10 grand.
Chris, this is very difficult spare.
Ooh, and he chops the 3 and leaves the 6-10. So the door is wide open now for Bill Tucker, the 39-year-old veteran from Los Angeles.
That's such a difficult spare, Chris, with a big hook ball. The ball can break ever so sharply in front of that 3-6 and leave the 10. That time broke so sharp he took the 3 altogether out.
Bud Horn with a 178. Averting a 5-7. And a twinge on that upper left side of the anatomy for Bill Tucker.
Chris, I have to give him a lot of credit for his boldness there. The one thing that he wanted to do was to keep that ball light into the pocket. He could have afforded any kind of pocket split and had an open frame and still won the match.
Right.
He did not want to go to the nose with that ball and get a 6-pin split.
Right. Bill Tucker of Los Angeles, California, in this first match live. Here comes the conceding handshake from Bud Horn to Bill Tucker. And it's a big 192 for Bill Tucker to 178 for Bud Horn here in Wauwatosa, Wisconsin.